In this video demonstration, I'm going to show you how to make this slightly more complicated card where the bauble hangs in the center aperture using the fantastic new JND396 Stag Circle die set. And this is the die set as you receive it. So you get this 6x6 outer die, which cuts this beautiful mistletoe pattern into the card. You then get the circle. You get the wreath circle of leaping stags all the way around it. And there are 5 pairs of those. And these are tied together with a snowflake between each one. And in the sort of side section, you've got this little sort of mini heart swirl. You've then got a circle in the middle so that you can make that into a wreath. I can pick that one up. And then you get this circle center, which will also just fit the new baubles as well. It's slightly a little bit bigger, but it still works within those baubles. And the bauble inserts work in the center as well. And you also get in this die set the little leaping stag, which are exactly the same size as those in the center, so that you can add those on to get an extra layer of detail in there, or use them for beautiful backgrounds. So in this die set, we're also going to be using, or in this card project should I say, we're also going to be using JND411 small baubles, JND400 Helen's Holly, and the JND393 stitch poinsettia, all from the 2023 Christmas collection. So we're going to get started. And first of all, we're going to take a simple 8x8 card blanks. This is a normal 8x8 card blank you can buy from any shops at all, so standard size, or you can make your own. And we're just going to use the outer die from this. So on the front of the card, and I'm making this a top fold so that the bauble swings, we just place that in the center of the card with an even border around all 4 sides. And we simply tape that down, ready to cut. We also need to cut out the central aperture. So what we do is place each die in the set roughly into place. It doesn't matter about lining them up because this is just for a size guide. And we take the central circle and we put that in. Once we're happy that they're nice and even, we take more Craft Artist low tack tape and we tape that central circle down, removing the other 2 pieces, giving us the pieces that we need to cut. And we simply run that through our die cutting machine to cut it. And it's a very simple cut, so it will go straight through and cut perfectly. Once we've cut that, we will get this. So we have this beautiful fold out card where we have inside the 4 corners and the wreath section. So now we want to cut the central wreath to go onto there. So taking a piece of vintage gold gloss card, again from Craft Artist, we're going to take the 3 dies from the set. So for this, we need to use the outer circle, the detail circle, and the inner circle. So simply take a long piece of tape, pick up the central circle. We can then hover over the detail circle to get a nice even border and pick that up. And we can simply then use that to put down against the central gold circle, tape that into place, and we run that through our die cutting machine and cut that. And that will give us this beautiful gold circle. And you'll notice there is a top and bottom to this. So we have the leaping stags all the way around, but the base is a snowflake with 2 stags with a little heart at the top. You can put it in different orientations, so you can rotate it around to have sort of upside down heart at the bottom and the leaping stags upside down at the top. And you can keep rotating it around. There are different aspects on this one. But to do this, we want a wreath. So we're going to cut from Burgundy Craft Artist card a circle using the outer die from the set. And we simply take our circle, we add a little bit of spray glue. I'm using Craft Mount by 3M. And we place that on the top, exactly fitting it. This is the easiest way to get the wreath at the back. We then take the central circle out and we click that back into place. And we click that back into place, tape that down, and we run that through, and that will give us the perfect wreath, just like that. So we then have perfect wreath that fits each side. So we're going to add this onto our card blank. So we're going to bring our card blank in. We're going to take our double-sided tape, and the foam tape I use is a plastic version. So if we take off the protective sheet, we can simply turn the corner around on this. Nice and simple. So we get an even adherence all the way around. And we'll just finish that one off just there. And again, we want to find then a little heart at the top, our stags at the bottom, and fit that to that central aperture circle so that we have the aperture through the middle, but we have that beautiful gold and burgundy. To finish this off, I've made a bauble using the small bauble set. I've gone for the leaping stags with the holly, and I've just tied this with a little bit of burgundy ribbon. So all I want to do is to glue this on to this central piece. I'm just going to move my circle around. This is the fab thing I love about the foam tape, just to make sure it's completely central. There we go. Because we're going to use this marker here as the section to glue on our bauble. So I find the easiest way to do this is with a glue dot. So I take a glue dot, we're going to secure it with some glue afterwards, and place it in place. I have my ribbon doubled over, so I place that into the central part and just push that onto the glue dot so it's nicely stuck down. I'm then going to add a little bit of glue gel, which will secure it and secure the holly in place. So we take a little bit of glue gel, but you can use normal glue, and we place that over there to make sure that's nice and secure and sealed in. And then simply cut off the excess ribbon. Now I'm going to take Helen's holly, and I've cut these into satin emerald card, again from Craft Artist, and I've just shaped them. Really, really simple to shape. Simply take a pair of tweezers, and I'm going to fold each petal up against the tweezers along the central stem, which embosses in when you cut the die. Again, to sort of see how these work, you can watch the video on the actual holly. And you'll find with these, there is a pair of left and right. So I'm just going to pop those into that glue gel so that they're nicely stuck at the top. And then we'll just take a little bit and secure down the holly at the ends. That way it's a little bit loose and free, and it's not all completely glued down. I've done exactly the same in Christmas green card. So we'll turn the left and the rights over of those. And again, I'm going to put a little bit of glue gel just on the ends of the final holly. And I'm going to tuck those in slightly overlapping, but coming down a little bit more so that you can actually see the satin beneath it. Make sure that's nicely stuck down, and we check that. And then finally, I've made a double flower here using the stitched poinsettia die. So I've just put two of them together, and again a little more glue gel on the end, and we stick that centrally into place to keep that beautiful selection around the wreath. To finish the card off, you can add pearls, or I'm going to use the pearl dimension in white from Craft Artist. So just run a little bit first to make sure, and then we're just going to put some tiny little dots on to be the white berries of the mistletoe. And there's no even pattern, but you'll find that the die does actually give you places where those circles will go. We've kind of included the berries into it. And I would always say, move your work, not yourself. So move the card round to get into different locations to put those on. And these don't have to be even or you know, they just have to look like little berries. You could put big berries on. As I said, you could add pearls on if you wanted to, or little gems, whatever you want to. And I'm simply going to add just a little one to balance it out in the center of each of the visible snowflakes on the gold. And there we go. I would leave that to dry, but there we have a beautiful stand-up card. I'm going to bring in the original one, as this one needs to dry, with the bauble hanging in the center. And when we place it down, you can see the bauble will just simply hang